Be.
All right, what is up?
What's going
Nathan?
on? Hey, man.
Are you working today?
What does it look like?
You are working
Every
today.
day. Yeah, I'm in the office, man. This is our media room where we shoot a lot of videos for the product and all kinds of stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, let's get to it, man. So we lost a little bit on the last UFC event, and as it turned out, everybody lost.
Everybody lost their
It was
ass.
one of the most profitable UFC events ever for books. I've been told, just some crazy bananas. This bad decision with Taffa. Did you go back and watch the Taffa fight?
I have not had a chance yet, man.
All you got to
Shit
do is
happened with
watch.
her. Yeah.
All you got to do is watch the third round because Taffa clearly won the 1st
Mm-hmm.
round. Felipe won the second, and it came down to the third. So all you got to do is watch the third round. So there was that, along with the two. What was it? The two biggest favorites lost.
Yeah.
Buckley got knocked on his behind, and so we have a crazy, weird Wednesday card, and I have a conspiracy theory I'm going to float to Nathan. Nathan and I love conspiracy theories.
Yes, we do.
Behind the scenes, little fun conspiracy theories. So I'm going to float that to you. But let's go over a couple things that we like. But I think there was one thing that really, really jumped off the page to both you and me. Not saying it's 100% going to win, but I mean, the value on Roxanne Modafferi, right?
Yes.
Is crazy.
It's insane. I mean, yeah, for me anyway, this is the trap fight. This is the fight that the value or the odds when it came in, I can't remember what they are on what's her name, Vivian, but it's bonkers. And it shouldn't be.
Yeah, so Modafferi right now is plus 260 and Vivian's minus 345.
That is, there's no value whatsoever on putting your money on Vivian. She doesn't, I mean, it's a women's fight. Modafferi's been around for such a long time. She's a veteran. She's going to play that weird, like herky jerky. And Vivian can win if she gets into a rhythm and Modafferi like walks into her punches, which she's not going to do. She didn't do that in the last match. She's going to get her on the ground. And when she gets her on the ground, she's going to control the ground. It's going to be, from my opinion, it's going to go to decision. There's just no value whatsoever on this fight unless you put money on Modafferi.
I already have.
Okay, yeah. Well, I was going to, I mean, it's too close. And I don't see these odds being, there's no way these odds should be this way. And people that are putting money on Modafferi and just looking at it and think they're going to run her into a parlay, it's way too scary. There is a ton of parlay busters on this card, especially in the early prelims.
Yeah.
It's not,
completely.
dude, it's not looking good. So
I went back and watched the Andrea Lee Modafferi fight, which by the way was a great one. Very, very underrated fight. That one was really entertaining. And Andrea Lee does a lot of the same things that Vivian does. And Modafferi, I mean, her cardio is just nonstop. I mean, it was a 3-round fight. Modafferi was going nuts for the entire fight. And she won the fight because she got Andrea Lee on the ground multiple times.
Yep.
And watching Vivian is quick and she can land shots, but she's susceptible to takedown. And Modafferi is bigger and stronger. So if Modafferi gets a hold of her and gets her on the ground, that could be just a really, really frustrating fight for Vivian. I think it's going to be a great fight to watch. Agreed, it goes to decision, but I'm with you. Plus 260 is... I was shocked.
It's easy money. I mean, honestly, it's easy. If there is the bet to take, that's the one. I mean, it's just that the odds are, out of all of them that I see, the chances of the underdog like pulling it through the easiest. This is the one to do it.
Yeah, agree completely. There's a couple others that I like. Manir Lazez, I mean, he looked amazing in his UFC debut against Alcazan. And he is minus 230 now. I'd still take it.
That's not bad.
Based on how good he looked, he's fighting Worley Alves. This seems like a complete mismatch. Alves is going to try and chop his legs down, but Lazez is great at checking kicks. Mm-hmm. And Lazez, he had that weird like elbow, the entry elbow thing. he weathered the the storm early and was shrugging off the biggest punches. I like Lazez. I think that's a great one.
I think, and well, let me speak to that real quick. I was going to say the only path to victory for Alves is the first round because he's just going to go out there and try to
Like gangbusters.
yeah, just try to gangbusters. But Lazez has shown that he's got the patience. He can weather the storm. He can go to the later rounds, and I think that's exactly what he's going to do. So I do like the value on Lazez at where it's at right now. So I'm in agreement, man.
All right. Or do we just make this really, really simple? Just we just take everything we got and we lay it on Sue Madarji or Madarji to win straight up at -400.
I love it.
He's
I
gonna
do
kill this guy, isn't he?
I love Sue. I think that his first couple of losses or whatever, like I think he's really grown as a fighter. You saw that in his last couple of fights, especially in his last one. I do agree that I think that it's his fight to lose. I think that he's got all the tools necessary to beat what's this guy's name, Zaraka Ashtavev, whatever.
Yeah, Adashev. For those of you first tuning in, Nathan and I are really bad at fighting or at pronouncing some of these guys.
It's terrible.
So we do our best. We're not always gonna get names right. Yeah, I went back and watched Adashev's last fight, and he just got knocked on his ass. Tyson Nam knocked him out pretty hardcore, and
recently, there's two people that Tyson Nam has knocked out on this card fighting. Like,
that's amazing.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know what they're thinking, but it's like, okay.
And Tyson Nam is fighting on this card too. That's got to be awkward in the locker room.
Yeah.
Oh hey,
what's up? Been not too long. How's your head?
Did I beat you or you? Oh, it's for both of you. I knocked you guys out. Yeah. So I don't know anything else that was jumping out to you on this card.
Well, I would just be wary of some of the matches that I see. Okay, so the first one or the second fight, which is the Umar Nurmagomedov versus the Sergey Morov, whatever his name is.
Okay.
By all accounts, Umar should win, but the odds I wouldn't put it in a parlay. I think that Sergey they should be a lot closer. So I'd avoid that if you're thinking like looking at the numbers. Oh, who are going to be these favorites? Let me pop a couple of favorites into some parlays. Don't do that one. I'd say avoid that one. What's the other one I'd avoid? Oh, I don't like Fig whatsoever. His older brother. Yeah. If you watch his fights, they're kind of hard to find, but it's for a reason because he doesn't look good. So I'd be wary of that. I think that's all a name.
Okay.
And there was one more I thought that was like kind of like not the Tom Breeze, Murphy Douglas. I think that was it. I think a lot of people are banking on the name Figueiredo, so they're putting some money and they're sleeping on Riviera. And I think he's got a shot. So I wouldn't look at just the name Fig and think that he's going to be like his younger brother.
No, he's definitely not like his younger brother.
So be wary of that.
Okay. And then I have the main event. I mean, the Magny, the Michael versus Neil. I mean, I'm so excited just to watch that one.
Oh yeah, it's going to be.
Magny's favored. Value is on Michael, obviously, because I think it's just a complete toss-up. But I think it's going to be a great one to watch. So
exactly, yeah, it's definitely the odds are pretty much where they need to be. I mean, Magny should, by all accounts, but it is close. And
that one and the Tyson Nam Matt Schnell fight, I'm very very excited to watch that one. So, I'm Andy. That's Nathan. We do live. We'll watch all the UFC events live. We do wagering, predictions, in-round betting. It's a great room, great crowd. We have this very weird Wednesday, 9 a.m. Eastern. All right, are you ready for my kind of weird conspiracy theory, Nathan?
Of course, man. I can't wait. Lay it on me.
Okay. Have you ever seen a 9 a.m. Eastern time Wednesday UFC event?
No.
I never have either. So why would Dana White do this? What do you think? What else happens this Wednesday?
The Anog? Is that what you're talking about?
Where did Dana White speak before the election?
The RNC.
He spoke at the Republican National Convention Trump
Mm-hmm.
rally.
Mm-hmm.
My conspiracy is Dana wants to just try and overshadow, even if it's just by a little bit. So he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to have an event
I like it.
on Inauguration Day.
Yep.
It just happens to fall on Inauguration Day. The election was back in November. UFC had a huge break, so they were able to plan this out. Would you put it past Dana?
No,
at all?
I think. Well, I mean, he's like they're gonna want to watch. Half the country's not gonna want to watch shit. So let's give him something to watch.
Give him something to watch. Might as well come out and watch. It's the only thing that makes sense as to why we're gonna get up and watch UFC at 9:00 on a Wednesday.
Hey.
There's not going to be any more 9 a.m. Wednesday fights the rest of the year.
No,
it's just
this
not.
This is the one.
This is the only one. And I gotta believe. I gotta believe if his buddy won the election, this would not be taking place.
No, hell no. He'd be there.
See, he'd
be
there.
He'd be in the crowd.
Be there.
So.
This is way to take his mind off things. Thank you, Max. Max is in the room. Says nice conspiracy. Thank you. So that's my sneaky conspiracy theory. The only thing that would have put this over the top is if he would have had Colby Covington fighting.
Ooh, that's right.
That's the only thing he missed. That's the only thing that Uncle Dana missed on it. So, and Nathan, you and I we're doing
gonna be there,
live Wednesday. I feel bad for Chance and some of our West Coast friends. Because what is that, 6 a.m.?
Good luck.
On the West Coast. So we'll be up. We'll be doing it. Maybe do some coffee and kegs and eggs or whatever to get us through. But a lot of really good. I will say this, Nathan, whenever we have a card where we like some underdogs to do well, works great for live betting. If you can grab some of these underdogs after the first round, if you're looking at it, you're like, oh, wow, that underdog looks good. We can take them. So should be a good card. Should be a lot of fun. We've never done an event like this this early in the morning on a weekday. So tune in. I'll post the link up on Twitter. You can follow us at Bump Sports. Nathan, good stuff. Don't forget, we like Modafferi at plus 260. That's our favorite value bet. And thanks for jumping on, Nathan. I'll talk to you later. And we'll see everybody at 9:00 Eastern Time Wednesday for the UFC event.
So it's like a plan.
All right. See you guys later. Have a good